was biased against the North. The House of Virgin is there. At no time did I say Bola Tinubu is implementing 25%, 25 trillion budget. The House of Virgin is there. But I'm here to attempt to summarize to you, members of the National Assembly Press Corps, what I said in my Hausa interview about a week today. I was speaking on the state of the nation. And amongst other things, I lamented how
Not long after Senator Nengi left the podium, his Ondo South counterpart, Jimo Ibrahim, mounted the call on the federal government and the police to charge Nengi with misinformation. He insisted that the claim by the Bauchi Central Senator were worrisome, totally untrue, and mounted to criminal misinformation.
So my information to you today is that, one, it is not true that we have 2 appropriations. 2, Senator Nigi must be charged to court for conduct likely going to cause breach of peace and criminal misinformation. These 2 are very important. The charges will be preferred by the Criminal Justice Department of the government, and of course, after thorough investigation. Because I'm a member of our operation committee, and I'm chairman of Interparliamentary Worldwide. When I go here and travel to the next United Nations Convention, the first question I will be asked is, well, how did you do 2 budgets? And you know, it will be difficult for me to begin to answer this question. I'm preparing for the World Bank in April for the spring meeting. I'm going to be asked this set of questions. So it's very important, as a matter of urgency, for the federal government to charge Senator Nigi to court for criminal misinformation as well as conduct likely going to cause.
Recall that presidency had on Saturday described as false a claim by Senator Nengi that the federal government is operating to vision of the 2024 budget. And now to business report. European Union and Economic Community of West African delegation to Nigeria says the value-added tax system in the country is not working. The head of cooperation of the delegation of the European Union and ECOWAS to Nigeria, Massimo De Luca, said these are the 4th section of the steering committee of the support program for fiscal transition in West Africa in Abuja. He said that the VAT collection in Nigeria was below the ideal. De Luca claimed that low compliance with the VAT in the country and corruption and poor implementation, noting that while some companies may be willing to pay their taxes, the current taxation system in the country did not allow them to do so. He also urged the government to ensure stable and predictable taxation so that investors can operate with ease in the country, while the chairman of the Federal Indian Revenue Service, Zak Adedeji, said that the agency would make the taxation system in the country customer-centric to the individuals and businesses could pay tax easily. He also said the FIRS would introduce a one-stop shop for all tax in the country, while VAT is a consumption tax paid while goods are purchased and service rendered. It is multi-stage tax. VAT is borne by the final consumers. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is appealing to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to help tackle the menace of crude oil theft in the country, stating that no one is ready to invest in the oil sector due to the menace. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, Melekari, who disclosed the appeal at the interaction section with the Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukayode, at the NNPC Tower in Abuja. In statement by the NNPCL spokesperson, Olufemi Soneye, said the efforts by the company to eradicate corruption from its system to stem crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism has contended that going by the volume of the oil stolen daily and the drowsiness with which the perpetrators operate crude oil theft was the most homogeneous and violent economic crimes in Nigeria that must attract the attention of the EFCC. Speaking, the EFCC boss Olukayode expressed satisfaction with NNPCL's commitment to issues of ethics and code of conduct and challenged the management to ensure that the Code of Ethics and Regulations are implemented with monitoring and enforcement to enhance deterrence. African Guarantee Fund and United Bank for Africa has signed a partnership that will benefit small and medium enterprises across 20 African countries. African Guarantee Fund under the agreement will support and guarantee SMEs with a $50 million portfolio guarantee, as well as facilitate extensive capacity development for the bank's customers who run small businesses across the continent, paying special attention to women-led businesses and green finance projects. UBS Group Management Director Oliver Olauba, who spoke during the partnership signing ceremony at the bank's head office in Lagos, said that as African Global Bank, UBA remained committed to supporting EMEs in Africa, especially a women fund and managed businesses. He also said the bank's commitment to promoting gender equality was reflected in its collaboration with the Affirmative Finance Action for Women protocol. The partnership will help the bank fulfill its $6 billion commitment to SMEs across Africa under the AFCFTA initiative. You're watching Transition on Atlantic Television Network. Still ahead, international tidbits. ECOWAS Regional Center for Surveillance and Disease Control for establishment of National Public Health Institute has deliberated on health issues faced by West African countries. At a workshop for the establishment and the strengthening of National Public Health Institute held in Abuja, the stakeholders said the program's objective was to explore challenges and bottleneck for the establishment of the NPHIS and for the strong member states to understand NPHIs into adding value contributing to health security.
The Federal Ministry of Health has joined the ECOWAS Regional Center for Surveillance and Disease Control for the establishment of National Public Health Institute to provide health solutions in West Africa. At the workshop in Abuja, where National Public Health Institute was given light through deliberations, the Director General, National Center for Disease Control, Jide Idris, and the Director, Public Health, Federal Ministry of Health, Dr. Chukwuma Onyaike, attributed that the NPHI was a great opportunity for Nigeria to share part of its health challenges and to learn from other countries on how to tackle health problems.
The idea of this gathering is to share knowledge amongst those who have established, those who are in the process of establishing, and those who have not shared knowledge, the processing they went about it, the challenges they face, so that those of them who have not can go back and develop such capabilities. And at the same time, share lessons from people, different experiences, so that to enrich each country from experience from other countries, so that it can effectively be able to tackle health security in the West African sub-region.
Well, three major points. This gathering is to invite directors of public health across the West African sub-region for them to brainstorm, share ideas, share challenges, and be able to discuss on the way forward towards solving them. It's expected that at the end of this meeting, they would have learned from each other, they would have thought together, and would have provided solutions on which they can work towards securing the life of people in West African region and in Africa or in general.
While other participants stated that the program was to strengthen NPHI, sharing strategies, recommendations, and to overcome the challenges in the health sector.
By the end of this workshop, I hope that the member states of the West Africa region walk away with a better understanding of the challenges and facilitators for establishing and strengthening national public health institutes.
Replicate a space, the terrain, the global health terrain as far as the West Africa region is concerned. We looked at the different outbreaks that happened on the continent, especially in the region, and see what exactly was going to be the best approach, to respond to those disease outbreaks. And we realized that the countries that had national public health institutes, like Nigeria CDC, were able to do better, respond better to disease outbreak than those countries that did not have any. So from there, we decided that one of our key agenda will be to support each and every member state on the continent to establish national public health institutes. And for those who already have, support them to strengthen those national public health institutes. So in terms of advantages, many a times when there's outbreak, it takes time for us to detect. It also takes time to respond. In fact, it takes much longer time to rebuild back better, stronger, and bolder. But with MPHI and from the experience from those countries who have MPHI, we discovered that decision delivery time tends to be faster. In terms of utilization of resources, it tends to be better. And in terms of rebuilding back, using that memory, that experience from those outbreaks, it tends to be better when you have MPHI. So this is actually part of the reasons why it's always good to have an MPHI.
Joseph Moses, ATN News, Abuja.
And now to sports news. Nigerian weightlifters won 9 gold medals on day 3 of the weightlifting event at the ongoing African Games 2023 in Accra, Ghana. The 9 medals were won in each category of snatch, clean and jack and total, while Adijat Olarinnoye, Rafiatu Lawal and Edidion Mofia won 9 gold medals at the University of Ghana, Lagoon. So far, Nigerian weightlifters has won a total of 40 medals in the weightlifting event of the 13th Africa Games. This coming after day 1 of the event, while King Carlo and Favor Agboro won 5 medals, while Carlo won 2 bronze medals in 55 kg men class. Agboro won 2 silver and a bronze in a 61 kg class. Eyimba midfielder Eze Owatunzim says the team is on a revenge mission ahead of their trip to Renault Star. This is coming after the People's Elephants suffered a 1-0 defeat against Renault Stars earlier in the season, while Eyimba will have a chance to avenge the defense, which have locked horns and the Sky Blue Stars at the Renault Star Stadium on Wednesday. Ewutenzim said the players were disappointed with their last meeting in Aba and assures that the team will go all out for the maximum point in the game. Next, entertainment news. Nollywood legend Fasho Adeolu said any actor who ventured into politics was never an actor. He also said actors who are politicians are not true actors. Teju Babyface Adeolu insisted that an actor should not be a politician. Nigerian singer Oluwatobolo Daniel Aniguba, popularly known as Kiss Daniel, has marked his 10th year on stage with the release of new extended play title, Thanks a Lot. The singer released the 4-track EP as appreciation to his fans for their unwavering support throughout his career. Kiss Daniel has established himself as one of the most consistent artists in Nigeria since his debut in 2016 with the hit song Woju, and has released 5 audio albums and dozens of hit songs since gaining prominence. And that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining. I am Immaculata Irikana. Join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net, YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on The Fact Today, only on ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
human trafficking.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
No agreement with the EU